the Bawumia as a man. So I'm very happy when you introduced him by saying that he was previously described as an economic whiz kid. Because when you are a whiz kid, it ought not to leave you. You have to die with it. Because it's an accolade. But hold on.
Has he left him?
But you said so. You said previously described. Nobody describes him as an economic whiz kid anymore. So that is the summary of the man that he's become. Look at what is happening with the National Cathedral. Have you ever heard the Vice President speak about it?
The National Cathedral?
Yes. Look at the mess that the National Cathedral is in. As the second gentleman in this land, have you ever heard him comment? Look, his slogan is that it is possible. It is possible. To do what? He says he will take Ghana to the next level. You see, the next level doesn't mean it will be up. It is the next level below. That is why he says that it is possible that he will take us to the next level below.
That's how you understand.
That is not my understanding. That is English. Next level means up or below.
Okay, lawyer.
And I'm saying that the next level Dr. Bawumia speaks of is to sink us much lower than we have sunk. Because Martin spoke about the man's conduct and achievement so far. And he speaks to the fact that if he is placed in the helm of affairs, we'll be worse off. And I'll give you a few indices. I hold in my hand the special audit report of the COVID-19 expenditure between 2020 and 2022. It is rotten to the core. It is rotten to the core. The monies the Office of the President as well as the Ministry of Finance have expended, and the manner that they expended it, under the watch of Dr. Bawumia as the head of the economic management team. And this man says that he will take us to the next level below. And I believe him. Because he can't lead the country. Listen to his co-contestant, Kennedy Ejapong, campaign. He says that the people who have taken us to the IMF, we cannot rely on them to lead the party going forward. That again is another summary of the performance of himself, the president, and the finance minister. So we are in a very, very serious situation. And yet Dr. Bawumia very often would trivialize the matters. Last month, we had to borrow as a nation to fight food security. Food. We are told that we are under food insecurity. So we had to go and borrow money to fight it so that we ensure food security as part of a West African campaign. Ghana. He's the deputy to the president who has introduced a program called Planting for Food and for Jobs and Planting for Food and for Export. We've sunk millions of Ghana cedis into billions now to that program. And yet, as a nation, we are still threatened by food security. And you are saying this doesn't bother you? And the man who is in charge says that he should be properly placed in charge? Let's speak of one factory, one district, one factory program. I mean, what's the success story there?
Well, Katie Amon says 126 factories are running.
They are running at where? We have, hold on. We have just about 261 or 64 districts and assemblies. So if we have 161 factories, that is, I mean, just about 100 districts who do not have factories under this program. Show me the districts in this country that have one district, 161 of them. Show me.
It says 126.
It says 126.
Yes.
So let me say half. I mean, they turn out these statistics. People do a fact check. They go to their ground and they go and meet bush. They're still not learning from this approach. I'm a friend to the trade committee. These matters come to the trade committee very often. When you go and do a fact check on the ground, they give the names of the companies. When you go and do a fact check, the factories have been taken up.
So are you saying that there's never been seen any factory running under this one?
They should tell us the success story truthfully. That's what I'm saying. But you don't come and mention a factory that is under construction, that's not completed, and clearly abandoned, and mention it as a success story. That is not the kind of success you told us.
You say it's in the pipeline. Some of them are still
what pipeline? How long is the pipe? That these things are never rolling out. And yet money keeps being pumped into these projects. This government told us that they have constructed 10,000 kilometers of roads. When we put them to street proof, they actually said that when you seal a pothole, it means construction in this country. When you seal a pothole, it means construction. And so they factored it. I don't know how long a pothole is, but they factored it to 10,000 roads that they've constructed. And we've swallowed it. We haven't interrogated that matter.
But you members of parliament, this statement was made before you.
Yes.
In parliament.
So we expose the fallacies. But you journalists haven't pursued it.
Oh, we have. The reason why I'm asking you is, when this statement was made before the House, I remember the likes of Gavin Kwame Agboja and others raising specific questions about the details of...
So when the details were provided, then they said that, oh, even pothole sealing, a pothole that is about 2 feet in diameter, when you seal it, to them, that is construction. So they measure and add it to... So they all add up to the 10,000. It's such a ridiculous thing. Because, look, when you come to my constituency, every feeder road is in a deplorable state.
South Dye?
South Dye, every single feeder road.
Normally they make reference to the Peki Road. I think I was on it last week.
The Peki Road is the famous instinct corridor.
Peki is in your constituency?
Yes, it is bifurcating my constituency. It's traveling all the way to Paga. I am happy it's being done, that portion. But that's about it. All the feeder, it's as if the Department of Feeder Road has gone to sleep. So we need to be very serious about these matters. And I'll get to my brother. In 2018, the government came to Parliament. We promised to deliver a single-digit inflation, and we delivered. There was a chorus. Today, he's waxing lyrically about a 42.2 inflation rate. What? No.
You think that's not an achievement you should be talking about?
How? How is it that inflation at 42.2 an achievement? You are not ashamed to even speak about it. You can actually say that you are doing well. Inflation. Cement is 100 Ghana cedis now, depending on the distance the distance from the production point. Cement from 22 cities. It is now 100 Ghana cedis. Calculate the inflation rate within the past 6 years for cement alone. By this, every single government project awarded within the past 6 years, the cost has multiplied by that margin. That is why every single project is being repackaged, revalued, and more. That is the economic impact that has on the public purse. So, as for Dr. Bawumia, my brother here has again made the point that he's not fit for the presidency.
That's your verdict.
But you see, the man is already there as a deputy. So we must ensure that he doesn't assume the topmost position. Because when we speak of the presidency, it's constituted by the president, the vice, that's the presidency, and perhaps the chief of staff, that's the chief administrator. So Dr. Bawumia is in the thick of affairs. When things were slightly good in the early days of the regime, they were all over the place. And said that was due to their economic acumen. CD has moved from a 4.8 to the dollar to 15 in this country. To 15.
Well, now it's 11.50, 11.45.
That is the problem we have. Because you see, to even move from 5 to 11 is unacceptable. So now we are touting the achievement that is dropped from 15 to 11. That's an achievement. When you have allowed the thing to balloon out of check. So this will be my preliminary comments on the decision by Dr. Bawumia to say that we'll take Ghana to the next level below. We must not allow that to happen. Thank you.
It's early days yet for his campaign. The preliminary comments are quite extensive enough. It gives some detail of exactly what your own position is. We'll be back shortly after this quick break. And Dr. Mama, I want you to speak to what Dr. Bawumia means by the next level, because I think the understanding on this table is a very interesting one, that the next level is the next level below, not above the situation we are faced with. We'll be back shortly after this quick break.
Yeah, trouble.
This is Key Point. Stay with us.